Here are 5 things I want to see from the Michigan Wolverines when they take on the New Mexico Lobos. Michigan, huge favorite here. They got a big game against Oklahoma in week 2 that I will be covering with several videos, both from the Michigan side and the Oklahoma side of things. Here are some things I want to see from Michigan because New Mexico's a limited opponent. They lost their quarterback, Devin Dampier, their head coach, Bronco Mendenhall. Michigan should win, and they should win in dominant fashion. But just because you win in dominant fashion by multiple scores doesn't mean you do everything that you want your team to do. You don't see what you want to see. Teams can win in dominant fashion and yet clearly have flaws that further down the road can end up biting you in the rear. So what can Michigan do in this game to instill confidence? Well, I think number one, impose their will. Fresno State was not the best G5 team last season, and Michigan failed to impose their will on Fresno State in week 1. This is a much weaker opponent, so you especially here should impose your will. That means you win at the line of scrimmage, always. You shut them out or give up points in garbage time. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you, and all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership, or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. Not surrender points to this unit. You are able to run the football slowly but surely, and that's probably the worst case scenario is you run it for 4 or 5 yards per clip, don't give up any TFLs. Hopefully you do more than that. That ties into number 2, which I think is you blow them out without calling anything fancy, without running trick plays. You call a 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many plays are considered a basic playbook, but you do what you have to do to win and dominate and not anything else. If you want to try and give Underwood some additional confidence and let him show off, but don't do anything super tricky or complicated, something that you think can be used against Brent Venables and that fantastic Oklahoma defense to give you an edge. If Underwood shows off in this game, that would give me confidence because even though New Mexico is horrible, I don't think Michigan's wide receivers are exactly the best in America. They've improved from last year, but if he shows off in a big way in this matchup, that means he's probably throwing the ball pretty well, and it's not just his receivers are every down getting 10 yards of separation, so he always has wide open targets. I also think that you should want to see him run a little bit, see how he is in the pocket. We'll see how good Michigan's pass blocking offensive line is, but I imagine there will be some plays that break down and he'll have to scamper and show off his athleticism. I'm very excited to see how he performs. That's a big deal. If he comes out and has a 95-99 QBR in this game and he makes some really good throws, I'm not saying he'd tear up Oklahoma. That'd be very unlikely, but now you're talking about someone where, okay, they were ready against a G5 opponent, which is a step up from the high school competition he was playing. There's a good chance that he can be a good enough quarterback against Oklahoma to help Michigan win that game if he looks elite and sharp in game 1. Number 4, the defense needs to get pressure. They lost a ton from the defensive line, but they return one of their starting DNs in Derek Moore. Jayshon Barham and Derek Moore make a return for Michigan. They have to get pressure. They have to show that while obviously losing 2 high first-round picks at D-tackle is going to hurt, that they can mostly reload there. And it's also important to observe how big the drop-off is, especially on the defensive front. And this is a final point that I don't know if it's uber important, but Michigan's punting game was sneakily a downside last year. Sneakily poor. It's why Tommy Doman transferred out. So how is the punting for Michigan? Because I know we're going to see it, whether it is late in the game, which is, if you're a Michigan fan, that's what you hope for, or earlier in the game, and yeah, that's a different conversation. But field position is so important, especially when you already have an elite kicker in Dominic Zvada, where Michigan doesn't have to gain as many yards on the field to score as other teams do. If they have a weapon who can flip the field and not just a weapon who can score points from anywhere on the field, in special teams, obviously you hope your quarterback and wide receiver can do that, that will be a big plus, especially in close games, and Michigan will probably face some of those this season. Michigan will win. I don't know if Michigan will cover. Michigan is favored by in the 30s. I forget exactly what the line is, because in my mind, for a week 1 game like this, is it a cool thing to know? I think it's minus 36.5 or something. Is it cool to know? Sure. But is it important? No. Because if New Mexico covers and Michigan wins 31-0, and 24 or 21 of those points are scored in the first half on 8 or 9 minute drives that look flawless, and Michigan's just going slow, well, they probably could have then won 70-0, and they just chose not to. So how the game actually goes and how the players look in real snaps, that's so much more important than covering the spread or not, especially in a new playoff era where you have to load manage, and teams have chosen, even before the 12-team playoff, to load manage. Think about Michigan in 2023. They never hung 50 burgers on those teams, UNLV or East Carolina or Bowling Green, but they beat them, and they mostly dominated them, and you saw that if you watched the games, but the score would tell you maybe otherwise if you didn't. So that's very important, that Michigan goes out and is very efficient, the quarterback play looks good, the defense looks good, and that Michigan can impose their will on a weaker team in New Mexico. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, join the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.